Somebody turn my mic back on.
I ordered spreaders,
This probably does not ever touch.
donating them for the two flags because it's dry.
I have no idea.
What kind of decipher that?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 5 o'clock on Monday, March the 4th, 2024, and this is the regular meeting of the District 882 School Board meeting. We'd like to invite everybody that's watching or with us to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of
The United States of America and to
the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible,
liberty,
and justice for all. Our first item of approval this evening would be to approve the tentative agenda.
So moved.
Second?
Moved by Melissa Curtis, seconded by Casey Root. All those in favor of approving our agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say no. Motion passes 6-0. We have no citizen comments tonight. Moving on to item number 5, fiscal stability. This is a consent agenda item with our minutes and personnel matters. Board members received this in their packet approximately a week ahead of time and has a chance to look at everything and ask any questions. So we would move this as a consent agenda if there's no discussion by any of the board members. Any discussion? Okay, we'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Moved by Melissa Curtis, seconded by Casey Root. I think Casey. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda of the approval of minutes from February 12th and personnel matters, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say no. Motion passes 6-0. Moving on to collaborative connections, this is one of the best parts of all of our meetings where we get to hear about the people in the community that support us so very generously. And at almost every meeting, we have donations from community members and groups to various programs within our district, and we can't say thank you enough for that. So I'm going to turn this over to Superintendent Olson to talk about the gifts that we have received for this month.
Yeah, so we have the Monticello Lions Club bringing $1,000 forward for the sponsorship of our Summer Resilience Conference. This will be our second annual conference with Denver. Bondus Corporation gave books value of $600 supplies to supplement the high school's resources. And we bring that forward here today of a value of around $600. Home Depot, specifically Jeremy Watson, worked with our high school in the construction class. So we've heard of that class a couple times as they and have been building it. They've been building it with the sponsorship and help from our Home Depot to construct a 10-20 shed. And then the final one is Monticello American Legion 260, bringing forth $1,500 for the NWTA scholarships. So making sure that we have access to help offset any financial need of families. And so I bring forward those 4 beautiful donations to our school community, and thanking our greater community for taking care of our kids.
And once again, the mental math on this is approximately $8,500 just this month, which is really amazing. And we can't say thank you enough to our community members for that because we simply don't have excess in the budget for this kind of stuff. So thank you very much. We do have a resolution.
Therefore, it be resolved by the Monticello School Board number 882 to gratefully accept the following donations. Monticello Lions Club $1,000 for sponsorship of the Resiliency Conference. Bondus Corporation for $600 to help supplement High School Media Center. Home Depot, Jeremy Watson, the store manager, $5,284.85 for supplies to help build a 10-by-20 shed. And Monticello American Legion Post 260, $1,500 for NWTA scholarships to help students.
All those board members in favor of accepting these donations, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, please say no. Motion passes 6-0 with much gratitude to the community. Moving on to safe and healthy culture, Superintendent Olson.
Today, I'd like to just quickly brief everyone on the resolution that I'd like to bring forward, and start by saying that this is a resolution that we will bring forward every year. It's part of makeup of our school district that we should be bringing forward. I personally have already added it to the January organization of the board for next year. It feels like a time to do it, to get it done annually. On a consistent basis, and it feels like it goes well with the reorganization of the board. That way, if there are any things that come up during the spring look ahead as we are programming for the following school year, that you've already given us that we've had this resolution and had this discussion at an earlier date. So today we put it here on our March because we haven't done it yet, but we will forward to have it annually in the July organization of the board meeting.
So this is an action item, so we have a resolution.
Okay. Whereas the financial institutions of the district dictate that the school board must reduce expenditures and/or there has been a reduction in overall student enrollment, and whereas this reduction in expenditure and/or this decrease in student enrollment may necessitate the discontinuance or reduction of programs and/or the discontinuance or reduction of positions, and whereas a determination must be made as to whether programs or positions must be reduced and/or discontinued. Be it resolved by the School Board of Independent District Number 882 as follows, that the school board hereby directs the superintendent and administration to consider the discontinuance and/or reduction of programs or positions to effectuate economies in the district and reduce expenditures and/or as a result of reduction in enrollment, and make recommendations to the school board for the discontinuance of programs, reduction of programs, discontinuance of positions, or the reduction of positions.
Is there any discussion from the board?
Seconded.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor of accepting the resolution as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say no. Motion passes 6-0. Moving back to first reading of policies, our Director of Human Resources, Daneker, is going to come to the podium to update us on first read for policies.
There we go. Chair Ziebarth, members of the board. So interestingly enough, we have one policy for first read tonight, but that's not because of a lack of thorough work by the policy committee. This month we reviewed 9. We had on the agenda 9 policies for review, and we had a very significant and robust conversation and discussion for the time that we gather, for which is almost 2 hours. And of those 9, only one of them made it to first review for tonight, or first read tonight, which is fine. And so we just, we had a lot of work in front of us, let's just put it that way. So the policy that's up for first read tonight is policy 424. And actually part of the work of the committee, we amended the title of this one from license status to PELSB license status. For those gathered and for those watching at home, PELSB stands for Professional Educator Licensing and Standards Board, and that the PELSB board oversees licenses for not only for teachers, but a multitude of professionals in the school environment, school psychologists, school social workers, licensed school nurses, special education teachers, what have you. So it's a fairly broad organization. But the purpose of this policy is to ensure that qualified teachers are employed by the school board and to fulfill its duty to ascertain the licensure status of its teachers. A school board that employs a teacher who does not hold a valid teaching license or permit places itself at a risk for a reduction in state aid. This policy does not negate a teacher's duty and responsibility to maintain a current and valid teaching license. And so again, 424 is the policy for first read tonight.
And that will come to the board for second read on the 18th of March. Is that correct?
Correct, yes. So no action required this.
No action required. So thank you, Mr. Daniker. Any questions for Mr. Daniker from the board? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And finding that we have completed our agenda for the evening, adjourned at 5:10, we will reconvene at 5:20 for work session. Adjourned.